Hey, welcome to Sip and Paint. All right, for this painting, we're going to be making this winter sky. It's a nice winter sky. We're going to do some pine trees in the back. An aurora borealis. Winter. I'm sorry, northern lights effect in the background with some stars sprinkled all over. The reflection of the stars here in this lake, this dark lake in a dark night. All right. To begin, what you need to do is first lay down some newspaper on your surface, your table, your carpet. If you're doing it on the floor, you can do it on a counter. Doesn't really matter. We're going to be painting straight on this table here. You're also going to need some brushes. You're going to need a big flat brush, maybe two small brushes, also flat. We're also going to need a palette. For a palette, you can use anything you want, really. I'm going to be use this old styrofoam. You guys can use a disposable paper plate. It's good. We're going to be adding some, these are the colors that we're going to use. We're going to do some light blue, which I already poured. We're going to do some regular blue, kind of like a Dodger blue. Okay. Let's also throw in a dark blue up in here. Okay. Oh, all right. Here we go. Okay. Some other colors that we're going to be using are black and white. Sorry, I had to go to the other room to get some black and some white. So we're going to be using a lot of black here and a good amount of white. There we go. Boom. All right. And that's it as far as our colors go. So again, we got black, white, three shades of blue, light, regular blue, and a darker blue. And we're also going to use a little splash of, just a small amount of green. Let me get some green here. Give it a good shake. Sometimes you got to shake that paint. Green, you really don't need that much. Boom. That's it. All right, let's begin. So to begin again, we're going to get this is an 8x10 canvas. What you want to do is you want to take your regular size brush. Oh, one more thing that you guys need is a couple of paper towels. Keep those handy. And a couple of other paper towels. Get some sort of cup, a disposable cup, and some water. You're really not going to use that cup too much. We're going to really be working with these dry brushes. As we go, we'll wipe them off with some paper towels. All right, so here we go. First thing you want to do is we're going to make our line in the middle. Going to get some light blue. Just make a line right in the middle. All right, so this is going to be your horizon. Okay. We're going to make it about, I would say, let's do like 4 inches of blue here. all we're doing is strokes that are going to be set to side. Now, as far as your sides go, you can let it drip like this. You can paint them if you want. You can not paint them. That's totally up to you. It's it's an artist's choice. Again, it's whatever you want to do. In this case, I'm just going to paint them. All right, so you want to keep this part here nice and dark. Don't worry about it being straight on either side. You just want there to be a good amount of paint on this. I'm just gonna wipe off the extra blue that was on the brush. Same brush. I'm gonna get some of that Dodger blue, regular blue, and we're gonna make another line here. We're gonna do this. We're gonna mirror this same thing on both sides. Okay. Right now we're only worried about this. Light blue to regular blue. Light blue to regular blue. We are going to blend those two together. So there's a good amount of blue here. There's a good amount of blue here. This middle part is still wet. So this side of the brush is going to be the lighter blue side. Not now, but it will be. So I'll start here. And all I'm doing is going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So just I go a little bit towards the middle, bring it back out, almost like dancing. You know, bring it out, bring it in, bring it in, and bring it out. Perfect. All right, so this is my lighter side of the brush. I'm gonna keep it on this side now. Same thing. Bring it out, bring it in, bring it out, bring it in. Honestly, on mine, I think I brought it in too much. So what I'm gonna do is take that extra paint here, just clean it off on the paper, and get some blue and bring it out and bring it in. Don't worry about it being too perfect. We're going to cover all this up with trees, remember? So, all right. So this light blue with the regular blue, that's done. That's blended. Now what we got to do is mix the regular blue. Again, same brush. I just wiped it off a little bit. Got some regular blue. I'm going to cover the rest up. Just going to cover it up here. Same thing on this side. Go ahead and pause the video. Maybe you guys are still working on that first blend. Yeah, right. Here we go. All right. So now I'm going to take that dark blue. I didn't even clean my brush at this point. There wasn't that much paint on it. I'm just going to paint the corners here. Just the edges here. And bring that in. Bring it in. Not too much. I'm even going to get a little bit of black. Just a little tiny. This black goes a long way. A long, long way. And bring it in. Same thing on this side. Okay, now we got a nice blend. So now what we want to do is you want to pick your best side, really. Your best side is going to be the sky. So If your best side is this over here, then flip it around and that'll be your sky. If your best side is the other one, then it's, keep it as is. So pick your best side, make that side the sky. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add these northern lights, this northern light effect. Pretty simple. What you want to do is you want to grab one of the small brushes. And also at this point, if you're still working on this blend, go ahead and pause it. But if you're done and ready, here we go. What we want to do is get a small brush, flat, and you don't have to put this in the water at this point. You could just let it, just lay it down somewhere. Maybe take that excess paint off. You can use the newspaper that I laid down on the table here, or you can use some paper towels. That's up to you. Alrighty. So to make these northern lights really, really easy, what we want to do is we're going to take some white, a little bit of green on the brush, and maybe even a little bit of that blue. All these paints are on the brush now. And what we're going to do is we're going to start right in the middle. Boom, that's my middle. And we're just going to make some lines, starting from the middle. And what we want to do is we want to apply a lot of paint, and leave it on that line. Because we're going to use that paint to stroke these lights. So we're going to make about maybe 6 or 5 of these. So what we want to do at this point, now that you applied a bunch of paint, and that paint's wet on this canvas here, and so is the paint in the background. It's all kind of going to blend together. What we want to do is we're going to just stroke it up. Boom, 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 boom. So kind of lift up the brush as you stroke. You can go over it again if you don't like the way it looked the first time. So same thing again. Again, I'm going to add about maybe 6 of these or 7. I don't know. We'll see. Add some green on there. A little bit of light blue. And again, same process. Kind of lift up the brush as you stroke it. All right, same thing again. All right, there's 3 of them. Now at this point, this doesn't really look like much. Oh, but it will. Add another one over here. And nature isn't perfect. These go wherever they want. So don't stress about making it look too perfect. There you go. Oh, I like the way this one looked. Even got some that mixed with the that base blue that we did earlier. All right, here we go. Here's another light. This one's a little bit more green. I like it. And last one for me. All right, so I did like 6 lights here. I think that's cool. Give these another stroke here. Make them look bigger. All right. So now what we want to do is I'm gonna actually keep the same brush that I was just using, or you can use a different one. It's totally up to you. I'm just gonna wipe it off. Now when I'm wiping it off, I'm pinching it to keep that same form of the brush. As a matter of fact, it's even better than before. It's more sturdier. That paint's drying up on the brush a little bit here, so and don't worry about getting paint on your hands. This paint comes right off. Acrylic paint is what we're using. I'm using acrylic paint. This is not crazy expensive. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to take a dark blue. And with this dark blue, we're going to make the background trees first. All right, so these four trees are in the distance, so you know they're not as dark as the trees that we're going to do in the front. So remember, we're going to do some trees in the front, but these are going to be our background trees. Okay, so let's make a horizon. Don't worry about it being perfect because we're going to cover all this up. Nobody's going to see this but you. So at this point here, you can also kind of practice making a straight line. But again, nobody's going to see this, so don't worry about being perfect. You can pause now if you're still trying to work on those northern lights. All right, so trees in the background. What we want to do is we want to keep our form pointy here. So I'm going to pinch it here with paint to keep that brush nice and firm. I'm going to make some lines here where my trees are going to be. Okay. Got a couple trees going on over here. The only thing that needs to be kind of perfect is the top part. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to just kind of stamp. We're going to be pressing on the canvas, kind of stamping these branches here going down, and they get bigger as you hit that bottom. Now, right now, only worry about doing the this top part of the tree because we're going to cover this bottom part up with black in a sec here. So I kind of messed up on that tree a little bit here, but it's okay. I ended up making it a little bit taller than I originally intended. Make a nice little tree here. You know, some happy little trees like Mr. Bob Ross has. Okay. Pinching my brush to make it sturdy again. I was kind of losing its form. Got a movie playing on in the background. Sorry, guys. Okay. Boom. A couple trees there in the background. All right. So now that your blue trees are done, now we're gonna add black. These trees are gonna be more up close. So what we want to do is, you know what? I have another brush. Why not use it? But again, you know, you really only need, you know, two brushes, that big one and the small one. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going to stick to that. I'm just going to use those two brushes. So I'm just going to wipe it off here. Take that extra paint off. No water needed, really. What is this here? little chunk of something. Okay, so I'm gonna get some black. You kind of practice with these blue trees. They're in the background. They're distant, so no detail was really needed. So by this point, you're an expert at making trees. So these trees are gonna be bigger towards the sides and smaller as they get to the middle. So I'm gonna make a tree maybe about this big here. And again, all you have to worry is making that top part. Pointy. Okay. Making a couple lines here first to indicate where my trees are going. Okay, you know, that's it. That's all the trees I really need. Same thing, kind of stamp it. You know, for this, I'm going to use this bigger brush here. Take that paint off of it. Oh, that's for the bloopers. Okay. Trying to cover that other tree in the back, but it's okay. Okay. Go back to my small brush. Okay. Maybe add some like bushes here. Yeah, what do you guys think? It's coming along already, huh? Once you start adding this black here, it's really starts to take form. All right. So now that you got your trees, what you want to do is we're gonna make the reflection of these trees that you guys just made on the opposite side. So flip your canvas to make it easy. And these don't have to be as perfect because they're just reflections and they kind of take their own shape in the water anyways. But do make them the same size. Meaning if one tree's bigger than the other, try to keep that. You know what? Don't even worry about the sides. The side trees. They're not gonna be in this picture. Okay. Again, you know, don't take your time here. Do this one kind of fast because these kind of got distorted in the reflection in the water. I'm sorry. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cover these sides. I'm going to go back to this big brush again. And we're really only going to leave this middle part.